Greetings all, Blue Knight. Welcome back to the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Previously, we got a heart piece from a really dumb minigame, and got a time shift card led all the way back to Lanayru Gorge, bringing this area to life, and thus summoning the Master Thunder Dragon, Lanayru. Today we're gonna talk to Lanayru to see because he/she is not really in the healthiest of ways right now. Oh, hello. I haven't had a visitor like you here in quite a while. You're a human, aren't you? You must have some reason for coming this far. What is it? I see. So you're Link from the sky. That's not much of a name, is it? How about I add a model number to your name like my friends have got? Maybe LD Lake 16? I don't think that rolls off the tongue, mister. Oh, I can't tell you don't like the sound of that. That's a shame. So, what can I do for you? Oh, you say you need me to teach you a song? Hold on now. Didn't you just say you came from the Skylink? So then you're the hero chosen by the goddess, aren't you? I see. Well, that is something. Although I must apologize, you can see I can't really help you. I may have enough strength for a brief chat like this, but, well, as you can see, I am quite ill. I'm in no shape to sing. And to think it was the goddess herself who trusted me with this important duty. I feel the deepest shame. The robots were worried about me, so they planted a seedling for the Tree of Life. The fruit of this tree is said to be able to cure any illness. They planted that seedling over there. But it just won't grow. I think this is the end for me. Anything else? No, that's about it. So Bruce mentioned a while back about he wanted to have a tree planted at the Seal Temple. And as the Lanayru mentioned, there's a tree sapling all the way over there. But it's been withered down for quite some time. He wanted Master Thunder Dragon get so well, so he planted a seedling from the Tree of Life, which bears a fruit that is said to cure any illness. So now we could go through this bridge, or go past it, because the sapling resides over there. Blow all this sand out of the way. Lanayru ants. Anything worthwhile there, like some rupees? There's probably not a lot of rupees coming up anymore because I did get rid of that rupee medal. Oh well. I'm still confident we'll hit 1,000 so I can get that bug medal. Even though I won't show it off, just for completion's sake, like I said before. Now there should be, yep, a time shift stone right here. Hit this. This will bring this area to a time displacement state. So you saw the tree wither down into the healthiest of its, I guess, lifespan. Also got his cube here. You can strike. Then Skyward. That might lead back to the goddess, not goddess cube, to that thing I was searching for a few videos back before I entered the Lanayru region. I want to get these ancient flowers because there's a lot of them right here and might as well pick them up. Even though I don't want to get the text box going. Still want to get those because there's a lot of them here. Now we talk to this LD robot. Master Thunder Dragon's condition here has been bad for a long time, and the soil here is not suitable for growing trees. If only we had more time. We could dig this up with our magma bits and bring this life tree seedling with us. It is a very young form of a legendary tree whose fruit is said to cure any illness. What are you doing with that seedling? Master Thunder Dragon needs fruit from the Tree of Life to recover. Unless you mean to help our master. Really? Thank you. Make sure you plant the seedling somewhere it will be sure to thrive. I fear growing the seedling to maturity in Lanayru province is impossible. We're counting on you. So as I mentioned before, Bruce mentioned that he wanted to plant a tree back at the Steel Temple, but he didn't have anything to plant with to begin with. More redundancy. Hooray! But that's not going to be a problem any longer because now that we have the life tree seedling, that's not going to work. We can head back to the Steel Temple, head through the Gate of Time, and plant the seedling there. If you're trying to plant it in the Steel Temple in the current day, then it's not going to work. So that's why we have to go through the Gate of Time back to the Steel Temple to do so. A report, Master. An unusual phenomenon is taking place in Farron Woods, making it impossible to descend directly into them at that moment. Well, that doesn't sound good. We're going to investigate that a little later, because we're already helping out with Lanayru as is. Truth be told, you can investigate the 3 regions in any order you wanted. I just chose to go to the Lanayru region because there's something I want to get over there, and I want to get that as soon as possible. Hey, Lake, now that is a serious seedling. Why didn't you tell me you had that thing on you? I'm no expert, but it seems like the perfect fit for this temple. If you plant it here, it'll grow for sure. Only downside is it's gonna take basically forever for a seedling that big to grow to a full tree. So if we try to plant it like so, great to finally see a sapling here and all, but it's gonna take ages for that thing to grow tall. So it's not gonna work here. We have to take back the life seedling and head, like I said, through the Gate of Time. Now, we haven't seen this thing in its regular animation and gameplay yet, so I'm gonna show this instead of cutting away. Yeah, nothing special. It's just Link walking through with the camera panned out. But we're back in the past. I wonder if Impa has anything to say. Oh, it's a matter of no great concern. Do you see that sunny patch of earth over there? I thought it might be nice to plant a tree of some sort there. I imagine it would please Zelda greatly to see a tree welcoming her back when she wakes from her slumber. Sadly, it's a rare tree that grows strong for thousands of years on end. If only I could find a seedling of such a hardy specimen. Well, we have such a thing, so we could plant it here. Ah, you planted a seedling. I see it sense great vitality in the sprout. With any luck, it shall grow to a stout tree that will live on for millennia. But just like that, the tree appears with a very healthy fruit attached to it. Oh yeah, now this is a tree I can look at all day. It's like a symbol for this temple, or something. Every time I stare at it, my jaw starts hanging open, and I get this weird, happy feeling. Probably not that happy if I was were like that. But in any case, we finally got the life tree fruit. Eating this succulent fruit of legend cures any illness. Take it to the Thunder Dragon. Anything else to say, Bruce? Nope, just the same thing about the tree. I wonder what that old lady had to say. Maybe she might comment on the tree? Searching after the 3 dragons, are you? I seem to recall a dragon who lives far in the far reaches of the desert. Wow. Nothing at all. You know, for an old lady who's supposed to be wise beyond her years and such, she really does have a lot to contribute in terms of conversation sometimes, does she? Or maybe that's just me trying to make some sort of silly observation. Eat that, you freaking Gwei! Special delivery! Did somebody need a life tree fruit? I believe you do, mister. Or missus. pretty sure it's not gonna be a misses. Oh, Link. Hello there. Is there something you need? Oh. Oh. Is that what I think it is? You brought that here for me, didn't you? Whoa, down the hatch! Zing-a-ding-ding! Oh, you've done it, boy! I can feel the fruit's effect surging through me! It's accelerating! I feel like a proper dragon again! Just because I have eternal life doesn't mean I can get mighty sick. Thanks to you, boy, this old dragon will keep on charging a while yet. I owe you a big thank you, so allow me to perform a movie rendition of my part of the Song of the Hero. I shall warn you, I've got a mean set of pipes and I know how to use them. This'll clean out those ears, boy, so brace yourself. Link, I owe you my life. You have to let me repay you. Give me some time to prepare, and when you next return to visit me, I believe you will be mightily pleased. Master, the melody you've just acquired is one part of the Song of the Hero. I recommend you seek out the other two dragons in their respective areas to learn the other two parts of the song. Okay, so this wasn't so bad. It actually took a lot shorter than I thought it would. We talked to Lanayru again. Whoa, Lake, I told you to wait a little while, but you just couldn't resist, eh? Well, I guess there's no sense in waiting any longer. Let's get the show started. Of course, seeing as how you're the hero of legend, you don't really have the time to just goof off here, right? Right, so how about we make this bit of fun more meaningful by taking you back through some of the challenges you faced previously. You know, sometimes you gotta step forward to go backward to go forward. There's a lot you can learn from revisiting your past struggles. Oh yes. So Link, are you game? You're a true hero. That's the spirit. Then if you would permit me, I'll take a peek at your past experiences. Indeed, indeed. You have done some amazing things like battling fierce foes and overcoming the daunting trials of the Silent Realm. Alright then, based on those experiences, you can choose one of two exciting challenges. Which one you like to try? Pick whichever one you like. For this, I'm gonna go battle. You wanna do battle? Fantastic! I like your moxie. Because you chose battle, I will select from only the toughest opponents you've ever faced. And I will use my power to recreate the same battle so you can face your greatest enemies once more. You're being a good sport, so I'll reward you. Do well enough, and I might give you something truly special. An absurdly sturdy shield. Oh, but what if you lose? Well, let's just say that this isn't a game. If you lose, it's all over. You won't be going home in one piece. Still interested? Spoken like a little warrior. I like it. Now then, would you like to face an enemy from near the beginning of your journey, or a fairly recent one? I say the beginning. If we're gonna go back, we might as well go all the way. See, for the beginning of your journey, in that case, let's see. Here we go, these guys look pretty tough. Let's go easy and deal with Moldarak. Moldarak it is. The creepy crawly is that big bug you follow near my facility. Ah, I forgot to tell you something. The only items you can use in battle are the ones you would have at that time. Yep, that's it. Also, pouch items are prohibited. I know this sounds really hard, but you fought these guys once before, so I've got to keep it interesting. Maybe I'm being a little bit rough on you. Tell you what, I'll let you take the shield you have currently equipped. You all set? You got a shield on everything? If you're ready, we're gonna do this for real. Yeah, let's do this. Psych yourself up for this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to what's known as Lanayru's Lightning Round. This is pretty much a boss battle, or a boss rush of sorts. Not really a boss rush of sorts, it is a boss rush. So the first boss, you get to pick who you want to face, whether it was from very early on your journey, or something fairly recent. But like Lanayru said, pouch items are prohibited, not that we need to use most of these in the first place. As well as the shield we have currently is what we'll be taking in battle. But he didn't mention that we could take the Master Sword as well. So some of these bosses that you thought were easy before, they're gonna be even easier now that we have the Master Sword. It really shows how far you've come in terms of progress, when you can finish off your enemies as faster than you would before. Shot that away. So there's gonna be, I think, 9 boss battles that we fought at this point. So that's how many bosses we get to face in this little rush. Well, depending on how many wins you get, you'll get a very worthwhile prize. But it only depends on how many wins you have under your belt at that time. So say if you get 3 wins and then you decide to quit, then you'll get whatever prize he rewards you for that amount of wins that you've accumulated. But I'm gonna go all the way and try to get that sturdy shield. But there is one other prize I want to get as well during this boss rush. And since we've seen all these battles before, I guess I'm just gonna cut them all out. Wow, Link, that was incredible. You're quite a warrior. Here's how long it took us to beat Boulderak. Hey, you know what? That was your first time reliving that battle. Let's celebrate with a little prize for your efforts. Oh yeah, this is the thing too. Every time you relive a battle for the first time, you get a bonus 50 rupees right off the bat. What do you think about trying for another battle right now? I wouldn't ask you if there wasn't another reward on the table. In fact, the more battles you win, the better your reward will be when you finish, like I said before. As I mentioned before, I've got lots of rewards, including an absolutely sturdy shield, which is something I want to get. I bet you can see where I'm going with this. If you fail, that's the end of our little game. That's right. And your shield's durability and hearts will carry over from battle to battle. So be sure to keep that in mind as well. So if we back out now, we'll get some small treasure, but I'm going to keep on pressing ahead so I can get those 2 prizes. This is going to take a little not a little while. It's going to take a bit of a long time, actually. For consecutive battles, I get to choose which opponent comes next. You only get freedom for the first fight. From here on out, it's going to be randomized. You get to look forward to finding out who your opponent is at the start of every battle. And we get... Come on. Who's it gonna be? Ah, crud, I thought it'd be the imprisoned. Ah, just my luck. At least it's imprisoned 1. So I don't have to worry about this too much. And as you can see, we can chop his toes off with 1 strike. That's how great our Master Sword is. Although I can just bypass this whole segment, just go right for the big geyser. Now we're already here, might as well just do this. So yeah, I'm gonna start cutting this off because we already seen most of these battles before. And also one more thing I want to mention before I do cut is that depending on how many bosses we've faced at this point, that will determine how many more battles we have to go through to get that sturdy shield, or whatever prize you're aiming for. Since we already fought, I believe, 9 at this time, that's how many bosses we can face off against. we still have a couple of bosses to go through in the game, so that's why I want to tackle this now instead of waiting until later. I have made that mistake before, because I honestly thought we couldn't do this until somewhere near the end of the game, but you can do this as soon as you cure Lanayru of his illness. I actually thought of a really embarrassing story of my first time playing this that I want to share, so I apologize for lying about cutting, but I want to share this. So your average Zelda player, when playing a game of the franchise, might take about a few months, give or take, to finish a game. But for me, that wasn't really the case. Try about a year and a half. Yeah, that's how long it took me to finish this game on my first playthrough. Because when I came to Lanayru's lightning round, I was actually very intimidated. To the point where I didn't touch this game for many months. Okay, so here's the thing about me. About 4 or 5 years ago, I was aiming to go for 100% because I was actually doing pretty well for myself, aside from having to look up a few things here and there, but I was well on my way to fully complete the game. But when I reached Lanayru's lightning round, I got really intimidated because several games that I played in the past that included a boss rush were actually very difficult for me, so that was my perception when I stumbled onto this mode. And because of that, I was so scared of this boss rush that I didn't touch this game for a long time. Heck, my brother, who as far as I know, this is the only legit Zelda game he has ever played in his life, he was able to complete this months before I even touched this game again. Eventually, I did come back to play Skyward Sword and to go through the boss rush because I wanted to get that big prize at the end. And when I actually went through this mode, I was really shocked at how easy the bosses were. It didn't really occur to me when I was first playing this about a year or so back before I stopped, because I was really focused on trying to get through the game that I didn't really notice at that time how easy the bosses were until I came back to this months later. Eventually I was able to get through it, but this was like near the final boss, so I faced every single boss at that point, and it took me a bit longer than it did when I was planning out this project. So yeah, that's my story. Very embarrassing to share, but it's one that I wanted to tell nonetheless. So sad as it may seem, I'm gonna back out right now. No need to knock yourself out fighting these enemies here, right? Might as well save yourself for the real battles, I suppose. If you battle hard, just I promise I'll give you this. So if we quit after 4 battles, we'll get a piece of heart. One more before we hit that full 20. So I'm gonna rest up and then head back into the front lines, so to speak, to go through all 9 boss battles and get that sturdy shield. Now, as for the silent realms, I'm not sure what kind of prize you get as a result. I've only done that once before, and to be honest, I don't really remember the prize that well. It might be another rare treasure of sorts. And finished! Oh man, that's taking me what? Just about an hour's worth of time. But I finally beat all 9 boss battles. How fitting that the last one that I beat was the imprisoned too. So, does this count that I've imprisoned him a 3rd time now? Does it? Yeah, I'm not sure that does because it's a past battle, but... yeah, whatever. The fact is, I am finally done with this lightning round at long last. Well done! Spectacular skills on display once again. Here's how long it took for us to finish it off. That was our first time reliving that in-person battle. Congratulations, that's 8 victories in a row. And we get the Hylian Shield as a result. This legendary shield is imbued with heroic power, making it completely indestructible. Fortunately, I have to go back to item check to get that shield. Oh well. And that's about all we can get that's worth of value in the Lanayru's lightning round. So I'm gonna head on back to the bazaar and get that Hylian shield ASAP. Let's sell this off while I'm at it. Oh, and I have more than enough to get that bug medal now. But what I really want to get is this beauty. The Hylian shield is finally mine. Yeah, Petrus. That's not why I was here, because I want to show this off. Look how beautiful that looks. With the sword and the shield together, we finally look like the hero of legend. Such a beautiful combination. I am so glad I finally got this. Like the Master Sword, the Hylian Shield, or whatever strongest shield in the game that we're in is another moment that I always like to get because it completes that ensemble with the sword and shield combo. So I'm very happy we finally got that too. Also, it looks blue, and it goes well with my sword sheath. And if you don't know anything about Zelda, or if you know a little bit about the franchise, the Hylian Shield is indestructible, which means nothing can break it, rendering all other shields officially useless. So I'm gonna go get that bug medal, just for completion's sake, like I've stated before. But that's gonna be the end for today's video of Skyward Sword. Yeah, I know we didn't accomplish that much, but I've already accomplished what I want to set out to do today. So that's how we're stopping. Also, I'm gonna have to edit this down a bunch because, well, I'm not sure how much more data my laptop can hold with this clip alone. But this is already going over an hour. That's gonna take up a lot of data on my laptop for the time being. So with all that being said, next time on Skyward Sword, we'll be heading to the second region, which will be Farron. We were already there once before. We already learned about the changed conditions on that region, so we might as well go investigate it while we have that information in mind. So until we meet again, everyone, farewell for now.